Welcome back, everybody. What do you love?
Oh, I know that you guys never read that stuff, and I'm the only one that does.
Here's the thing about the chat. This is what I noticed when Rocco sits in the captain's chair in Picard's seat.
Oh,
yeah. Who's number one?
I'm number one.
It's clearly Shatner's seat. It's Kirk's seat. It's not a Picard.
Semantics.
Okay, we can discuss that
Picking
later.
Up where we last left off with Dallas.
Say it's going to be the lady from the Voyager. Is that the lady who was on the Voyager?
Why can't it be a lady? What's wrong with a lady?
Sean is shouting Janeway from the other room.
We can talk about this later. I personally think the Next Generation is better than the original series.
You're right.
Well, then it's Picard's seat.
Go all the original Star Trek is streaming on Netflix. They're terrible.
Yeah. In fact, all of the original series, The Next Generation, and Voyager, and maybe even Deep Space Nine. So you can never have sex with a girl again if you really wanted to.
Oh my!
If you guys haven't seen it, there's a documentary. I think it's still streaming on Netflix where Shatner goes and interviews all the people who have been captains in Star Trek.
Oh
series.
Wow!
And
that kept coming up for me for recommended.
He sits down with them and he talks to. It was called The Captains, but they redid it and it's now something else. And have you seen it?
I watched it to a point and then I had to turn off.
It's so awkward.
It was when he started talking to Chris Pine, and he said, "It's all Captain Kirk," and then Chris Pine doesn't know what to do, so he goes Captain Kirk, and it's like this whole square off.
Yeah. Who's Chris Pine?
The new Kirk.
Oh, okay.
And it was just like I can't do this.
That's by the way, that's known as alternate reality Kirk, and then Shatner would be Kirk Prime.
Avery Brooks is insane. Whoever did you write that, Eric?
What?
I don't know. I don't know how that works, but anyway, it's right. The acting. Like actors, they talk about taking on the roles.
Yeah,
how they develop those roles. You're a space captain.
Yeah,
there's no developing. You're just a space captain.
Well, no, I mean.
It's crazy. You have to see it, dude.
Captain Kirk, the role of Captain Kirk is machismo, sexuality,
Zap Brannigan.
Brawn, yeah. But then you get Captain Picard, who's an intellectual,
philosopher,
a poet, a sleek ninja.
Bald Xavier.
But I'm saying that's fine. Like what they come out on the screen is fine. But them talking about the process in this documentary to Shatner, who's already like a nutcase because he's 95 and no one knows that. But he's talking to them, like Avery Brooks starts playing piano and singing, and then Shatner starts singing along with them, which at any other point in my life, I'd be like, this is gold.
But not when Shatner sings.
But Shatner's album is one of the greatest albums of all time. But when you're watching it, it's so weird leading up to that conversation. Because him and Scott Bakula talk about Bakula's divorce.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I turned it off. I couldn't handle it.
Was Scott Bakula a captain?
Dude, if
Enterprise.
Enterprise.
Oh, wow.
I wonder if Scott Bakula had a take on the vampire genre. I hope someday to get Bakula's Dracula. So what I was going to say is when you're sitting in this chair, you do a lot of talking and you don't have a chance to read the comments. But when you're sitting in number one seat or Lieutenant Troy's seat, you do spend a lot of time reading the chat.
What was I?
Troy.
Lieutenant Troy? Deanna Troy?
Yeah, that's you.
What am I?
Was she like a psychic or something?
You said number one?
You're number one. You're Riker.
Oh, shit.
For now.
Captain Dorner.
And Sean has the beard.
All right,
I want to be like
Dorner.
We've been talking about Star Trek a lot the past few weeks, and I fucking love it, so we're going to continue. Eric is Data because he sits at the control panel and he makes it so.
Who's
and
Geordi?
Kevin is Geordi because he's down in engineering.
It's true. You don't see him, you don't hear him.
That's
he's
true.
Taking care of the engines.
See him, that's not right.
And then
And that cat is that cat.
this is Spot the Cat, Data's cat, who only likes Data and Barclay. Sean laughed.
Which one? Who's Whoopi?
Yeah,
that would
Gaijin?
be
What's her name?
I guess when Rocco's here, if you're Riker, I'm
Baka
Whoopi.
Gaijin?
I'm
What's her name?
Gaijin, and Gaijin is the that's the bartender from another species that just
She's
happens
her
to look like a
senpai.
human.
Who's Will Wheaton? Will Wheaton's Will Wheaton.
Yeah,
Stupid
Will Wheaton.
question.
Yeah, we hate Will Wheaton.
Even in this
Wheaton's
universe,
He
Will Wheaton is
rules.
so Will Wheaton.
It's like Will Wheaton's like a nerd thing.
I remember when I was watching Star Trek: The Next Generation when I was a kid. Because when did it come out?
It was 87 to 93.
Okay, so I probably started to really realistically know what I was watching when I was like
Around there.
9 or 10.
Okay.
And I thought Q was the coolest thing ever.
I don't like Q episodes. I feel like it's cheating.
No, now that I watch it, Q's stupid.
Yeah.
It's so
Oh, yeah.
dumb.
He was like
When I was
what was
kid,
he,
I'm
like a psychic
Q's
guy?
No, he like
Q is from like another dimension. Sean could explain it because I honestly skipped the Q episodes.
But he was in Next Generation.
But
right?
he's basically like the
skinny
fucking
white dude.
He's like the little green Martian from Flintstones who shows up and can do
Zoo.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always thought of him like
It is a
Mixelplick
cop-out.
from Superman.
You know what is weird is that I often think that the Flintstones and Star Trek are very similar.
Yeah, they
Sean is up
basically
Q
they
is
rip
like
each
an
other off.
all-powerful being.
Is he a god?
He's like a god.
He can just-
But there's a Q continuum.
Does he pop into the Enterprise?
Yeah, whenever he wants. But he can do whatever he wants. He can go back in time. He can change things.
And Riker doesn't get pissed and go like, "Who are you?" Get
One
off
time,
my deck.
Q makes a Riker a Q, and Riker has that power, and it goes to his head, and he ends up saying, "I don't want this."
Yeah, and he's known as Quaker for the whole episode.
Riker.
He at the end, it's so cheesy because he makes it so Geordi can see. So he takes off his visor and he looks at
Does he have fucked up eyes?
no,
Like all
no,
white
because he has
melty?
eyes back, and
Oh, really?
he's at Tasha Yar and goes, "You're more beautiful than I ever imagined." It's like, oh fuck you. Click.
Go
Next
read
episode.
a book. Go to your library.
Next
Jordy.
episode.
Anyways, welcome to the podcast. Thank you for tuning in.
Perfect.
I don't even know what to fucking
This
talk about
is
now.
more Star Trek than I've ever discussed in one period.
I
of
think
time.
me too.
Oh,
Ever.
Well,
Let's keep
unfortunately,
going.
it's come
Okay.
to a conclusion.
Nope.
Do you say who I was? Who am I?
We're gonna
You're
talk
Sean.
about
Oh, cool.
Battlestar. You're Worf. We're gonna
Hell
talk
yeah.
about because you're the warrior of the group.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
Security chief.
Perfect.
Hi everybody.
Wait, honest question.